So this recent whole debate with Jericho movie has brought up for me the issue of epistemology. How do we come to know things, or can we know anything? I would first say that I don't think. I think we should understand the word "know" in a way that doesn't imply some sort of omnipotence. That we don't have that we can't know objective reality, even if there is some objective reality, which I would contest even that. I would say there's maybe some objective template onto which we create a reality. It's not in this sort of solipsistic way, but in an interactive way. Anyway, so Jericho movie seems to think that reason is the one and only way that we can come to know anything. And I want to say that reason is indeed a very valuable tool, but reason in itself tells us nothing. Nothing. Because, first of all, you need things to reason about. You need experience, perception. And reason, I think, is sort of a filing system, if you will. Reason is a way of making associations and drawing out the implications of those associations. And as I've said in some of my previous videos, reason is itself built up from bodily experience through cognitive metaphor. Reason is built up through metaphorical thought. And so, and that's not to say that reason is wrong, or that metaphor is wrong. Metaphors can be useful, and we can even use reason to sort of judge the aptness of our own metaphor, but we can never actually escape the metaphorical context of our thought. And along with reason, I would put intuition. Now, this tends to get a lot of people riled up, because for many people, intuition sounds like nothing more than whim or just wishful thinking. I would beg to differ. I do tend to be a very intuitive person, but I think what intuition is fundamentally about is pattern recognition, and it's actually interesting, tying in the whole conversation with psychedelics. If you when people hallucinate on psychedelics, they see patterns on the walls. Well, that's the brain's pattern recognition center going in overdrive. And so I think it's interesting that people's intuition seems to be heightened as well on psychedelics. Now, but you can't use intuition itself, because not all pattern recognition is in fact not all patterns that we see are actually there. So I mean, a schizophrenic will tend to see patterns in everything and see it all as one big conspiracy against them. And so obviously that again is where reason comes in, is to sort out the patterns you recognize and see if something's there. But reason itself must be tempered by empiricism. That you need to judge what you're reasoning against, what you're actually experiencing, and if your reasoning if your reason leads to something other than what you're experiencing, then it better be a good explanation of why you're not experiencing things in the way that you reason it to be. But I find it interesting how some people will deny their own experience based on some sort of metaphysics, which leads them to which contradicts their own experience. Their metaphysics um, overrides their own perceptions, or more to the point, it would actually your metaphysical system can actually color your perception of your experience. So I guess I'm saying there's a triangle of epistemological tools. There's first experience, then intuition, and then reason, and you need to check each of them against each other. And I guess under intuition, I would also include imagination, because actually, in order for induction to take place, you kind of need imagination to imagine the way things might be, and then use reason to sort of sort them out. And so, obviously, I keep referring back to reason, so I should tell Jericho Move that I'm not opposing the idea of reason. I think reason is essential. But, as I said, it is totally insufficient in itself to do anything. And frankly, a priori reasoning, like of the kind that say Ayn Rand does, is a crock of shit. Frankly, I mean, you can always find what sort of underlying assumptions they're making in their sort of a priori reasoning, and often find their counter to the human experience. John Locke is another one who does this in his arguments for natural rights, which is really kind of ironic because he was also the founder of the school of thought known as empiricism. So anyway, I guess I'll leave it at that. Peace.